Greeting, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our presentation. This is the title of the presentation, and this is our research team. So this presentation will be divided into 4 parts. First, we are going to talk about the research context, and then overview of formative assessment, and then the study that we conducted, and the last one is implication of the study. Now we come to the first part of this presentation. So recently, the COVID-19 outbreak has changed the way we live in various walks of life, including in education. Classes are considered to be insecure as it may become a potential place to spread the virus. As a result, all teaching and learning processes should be conducted from home. Now, there are various levels for this, such as online learning, virtual learning, and distant learning. I think I myself prefer this to be referred as emergency remote teaching. Why? I think this is a suitable term to portray a situation where learning is imposed not to have face-to-face in the real classroom. The word emergency best describes the situation where teachers and students are forced to learn from home without short notice. Okay, and then now, regardless the learning context, whether it is conducted from home or face-to-face, or the barriers that is encountered during school from home or learning from home, still it is vital to improve the learning standard. Now, one of the means to improve learning standard is through assessment, and this has been documented by various resources. Now, substantially, assessment is divided into 2 parts. It's summative, and the second one is formative. Nonetheless, scholars argue that teachers need to emphasize on formative assessment because it informs teachers about students' learning progress on daily basis. However, the notion of formative assessment was established way before this pandemic. Therefore, if our education would like to use this notion, we need to reframe formative assessment so that it can be aligned with the context emergency remote teaching. Okay, and also we need to adjust this on how to use the notion in higher education institution. So this is what we are going to study. Anyway, the second part of this presentation is before we talk further about our study, I'd like to I'd like us to overview the notion of formative assessment itself. Now, formative assessment, the word itself was firstly coined by Michael Scriven in '67. And then, however, it was this publication that has made formative and summative assessment became popular at that time. Now, Bloom, Meadows, and Hastings, they define formative assessment as assessment during learning and summative assessment as assessment at the end of learning. Now, nonetheless, in 1998, Black and William, they gathered 250 publications dated from 87 to 97. And then they postulated that formative assessment has the potential to improve learning standard. It was because of this seminal publication that the notion formative assessment revived. Now, different from Bloom's publication, they define formative assessment as this. Okay, and this is their claim on their publication. Okay, now subsequent studies on formative assessment has we can say that it is divided into those who pro formative assessment and those who are against formative assessment. Now, anyway, so lots of scholars offered due to this broad definition by Black and William. Many experts propose other definition of formative assessment. Our study proposed that formative assessment is defined like this, and these are the features of formative assessment based on several studies. Okay, and formative assessment, according to Thompson and Williams, can be recognized by the strategies. There are 5 strategies of formative assessment. The strategy, simply put, is establishing learning goals. And then this strategies is, simply put, it is when teacher needs to select appropriate assessment instrument or learning instrument for students. And this one is formative feedback. And this last 2 is students' involvement in the assessment. So this is our study. So the focus of our study is to explore students' perception of how teachers should conduct formative assessment in ERT in the context of English language teaching in Indonesia. So we'd like to know whether students in higher education prefer their teachers to frame their teaching in formative assessment. So we conducted a research method, this is design, and then there are 193 students in higher education participated in the study, and then we use survey questionnaires. So the questionnaire itself is divided into most of question. The question itself is developed from Oswald's in 2013 from his work. And then this is the finding of our study. So our the study revealed that most students prefer their teachers to perform formative assessment. They want their teachers to clarify what is it the aim of their study. They want their teachers to select appropriate instrument, especially because teachers are spreading all over the place. So they want their teacher to consider such as internet connection, for example, etc. And then they would like to have feedback. They don't prefer a teacher who only asks for assignment without giving any feedback, because they would like to know whether they have done correctly or not the assignment itself. But then one of the most interesting findings from the study is that students do not consider their involvement as a crucial part of the assessment process. This is rather surprising. Why? Because they are adult learners, and then apparently these students still expect that teacher will give direction of their learning. In other words, the findings of the study reveal that findings of the show that to a certain extent that they lack of self-regulated learning, that learning agency is still in teachers. Now, so what is the implication of the study? Now, the implication of the study is, due to this context, teachers should promote self-regulated learning. Not only to this context, actually, even in face-to-face classroom, teachers are to promote self-regulated learning, because by the end of the day, these students, they need to further their learning without teachers monitoring. Okay, that is the end of our presentation. Thank you.